Hey everybody, welcome to Week 14 of Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Lions alternate history. Today's matchup features the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings at Metropolitan Stadium. And we are coming off a hard loss to the Packers last week. They beat us 20-14, and the Lions essentially are out of the playoffs now. We are officially 4-9, and we are only playing just for stats at this point. And of course, for the Billy Sims autographed jersey that is on the line, let's take a look here at the contest. Thus far, everyone is tied at 7-6, with the tiebreaker right now going to Don T because of his 5 overall correct predictions. Sean at World's Worst Gamer has 4, and John M has 3 overall correct picks. So if you look at this week's contestants' picks, you'll see that John M is the only person to pick Detroit. So technically speaking, if I can pull out a victory over the Vikings, John would have the outright lead with 8 victories, as Don and Sean both have picked Minnesota. If between the two of them, if they are correct, Don has picked the under and Sean has picked the over. So that could either tie them up for the overall victories and the overall over-under tiebreaker. So that'll be interesting too. There's a lot of variables here, just like real football, when it comes down to the end in seeing which teams make the playoffs. So kind of exciting that we've got to this point, and nothing has really been determined yet. So let's go ahead and get today's game started, and then we'll introduce the offense for both teams. Okay? As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. You see I've got my Detroit Lions hat on today, as the Lions are playing the Vikings in real life and are actually, they are the favorites for today's game, although the Vikings are 10-2. It's kind of crazy. Let's take a look here as we are getting ready to kick off to the Vikings. So we'll take a look at their offense as soon as we kick off here. So let's go ahead and get started. Here is the kickoff. Lions kickoff down in the end zone, as Eddie Payton was back to receive. So the Vikings go on offense. Their quarterback is Tommy Kramer. Tommy Kramer making his 11th start. He's had missed a couple games because of injury. You'll see here his completion percentage is not great. Overall yardage, 2,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Doesn't really scramble much. That's good news for us. Ted Brown, he is their primary running back. He has started 12 games so far for 817 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Their tight end is Bob Tucker. Tucker, he has 53 receptions, almost has a career high now, and 5 touchdowns on the season. Wide receiver 1 is Ahmad Rashad. He is still looking for his first touchdown reception of the year. Last season, he was a Pro Bowler, and he's got 46 receptions, no TDs, as I mentioned. Wide receiver 2 is Sammy White. This guy is so anonymous, he doesn't even have a football card at any point in his career. 57 receptions, 4 touchdowns for Sammy White. Wide receiver 3 is Terry LeCount. 10 receptions, 2 TDs. And then we get to their offensive line. Now, they are down their starting center. Their backup is Jim Longer, who was a longtime player for the Miami Dolphins, and actually pretty solid player. So their offensive line, pretty solid. Ron Yari is their best offensive lineman. He is rated an 87. Everybody else, maybe we can get past them if we do some blitzing. Their kicker is Rick Danmeyer, has a 95% field goal rate, and their punter, Greg Coleman, is the best punter right now in football. So we have our work cut out for us, stopping them, taking a look at our defense. We have switched some things up a little bit here. We are deficient at linebacker. We will be getting Darrell Luce back next week. But otherwise, this is what we have to go with today versus the Vikings. So the Vikings are giving us 4.5 points today, and I think we're going to need it. So let's go ahead and get the game going here with a Tampa 2 squeeze using the balanced defense. I have no idea if they're going to run it or pass it against us, but we'll find out. Kramer gives to Brown. He runs it up the middle for a 2-yard gain. So Ted Brown, 2 yards, 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. They are the game is suggesting a pass defense here. Who am I to argue with that? We're going to do a nickel bracket cover. It is going to be a screen. This is a good call for us. Taken down at the 28-yard line as Kramer dumps it off to Brown. It's going to make it a 3rd and short from the Vikings 28. We will choose a run defense here, and we're going to do an 8-man front. Maybe we can stop them and get a punt here. They're going to run it right up the middle, hike to Kramer, given to Brown. Longer opens up a hole for a big play, a 59-yard rush. Wow. That tells you all you need to know about today's game. They have it now on our 13-yard line, and I don't even know what to choose now. Let's go back to balance. We'll blitz it. It is going to be a pass over the middle to LeCount for a 13-yard touchdown. Unbelievable. Extra point is good. And it's 7-0 Minnesota after 2.5 minutes. They kick it off to Rick Kane, who's going to be our new kick returner. And he downs it in the end zone. Let's take a look at our offense. Gary Danielson started all 14 games and 55.2% completion percentage, 17 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. That could be worse. Billy Sims in the top 10 overall in rushing as a rookie, making his 14th start of the year, 1,167 yards, 11 touchdowns rushing, and 3 passing. So good job by him. Dexter Bussey, our fullback, 227 yards rushing. He does have 2 TDs. We'll take a look at our tight end, David Hill. Kind of coming around as of late. 30 receptions and a touchdown. Touchdown came in overtime. That was a big catch. Freddie Scott, you'll see 92 receptions, 1,629 yards, 7 touchdowns, leading all of football in receptions and yardage. We got Leonard Thompson, 41 receptions, 509 yards, both career highs. And then we get to our offensive line. We've kind of mixed things up a little bit. Amos Fowler getting the start at center, his 3rd start of the year. We've had a lot of penalties on this O-line, primarily Chris Dietrich, who's got 12 penalties this year. Murray's missed 3 field goals in a row. Tom Skladany's been pretty good for us. So I don't know what to do here. If you look at their defense, their line, pretty solid up the middle. Their tackles, linebackers are great. Cornerbacks are really good, including their nickel back, which is John Turner. Their defensive back, Keith Nord, below average, but this is going to be a tough team to score on. We are going to, I guess, start it off in a 3-back set and give it to Billy Sims around the right side. Let's see what we can get going here. Running up the middle is not going to be good for us today, as they are blitzing, and yet Sims only gets a 1-yard gain. This is going to be brutal. I can feel it already. We're going to try to run to the left side this time with Billy. Danielson under center gives it to Sims, and he's stopped. And there's another penalty from Dieterich. Offensive holding, 10 yards, and this is going to be a brutal ball game. It is now 2nd and 19 from our own 11. We need to get some of these yards back. Of course, we're going to go to Freddie Scott. He is really our only good player. Danielson throws to Scott behind the receiver, incomplete. And we're going to have to punt. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. It's 3rd and 19. I'm sorry. I forgot about the penalty. I guess we will go to David Hill on the streak. Why not? Danielson takes a step, looking to pass. Hill can't get open. He never does. Dumps it to Bussey. Makes the catch for a 3-yard reception. And now we will punt at 4th and 16. Oh, this is brutal. I mean, what's going to happen as a 44-yard punt, fair caught by Young. The Vikings are going to have the 42. What's going to happen is the Vikings will get out to a lead, and then the game will go into whatever AI mode it goes into, and we'll score a couple touchdowns to even it up before we lose it, either in overtime or maybe right before the end of the game. So we already kind of know how it's going to work out for us. Minnesota, I mean, I would think they're going to come out running. Nope, it's a big pass. Incomplete, though, to Rashad. Rashad not having a good year for an All-Pro. 2nd and 10. Now I believe they will blitz. So we are going to do an all-out blitz. Why not? Yeah, it's a pass play. Feeling the pressure, decides to run for it and goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A 4-yard gain for Tommy Kramer. 3rd and 6 for the Vikings. That's kind of in between. I mean, I feel like we just got to keep blitzing him here. Let's do a nickel blitz. It's going to be a give to Brown. Runs it outside, hit by Mendenhall, stays on his feet. 12-yard gain. Jesus. Unbelievable. 1st and 10 on the Lions 42. I mean, the Vikings are the better team. I mean, they should handle us pretty easily, to be honest. I just hate feeling like we're out of it already. And, you know, with the jersey on the line, the autographed Billy Sims jersey, as Brown gets a 6-yard gain there, tackled by William Gay. You know, like I want to do well, and I want to win the ball game. And I can't just like go, okay, this game's over. You know, I got to be smart about it and actually try to, you know, participate in this. 5-2 cover 1 on 2nd and 4. That's a good call. Handoff to Young. Solid hit by Mendenhall. This one's coming back as there's a holding on Boyd. The right guard, Brent Boyd. He is the worst lineman on offense. So now the penalties are even. As it's 2nd and 14. We're going to do a dime short zone here. It's going to be a run around the right side. Tripped up at the Lions 43. Only a 3-yard gain. I mean, the Vikings already have 105 yards thanks to that 59-yard run by Ted Brown. 3rd and 11. We're going to send everybody. What else are we going to do here? Oh, it's going to be a screen pass. Rashad makes the catch. He got a lot of room to run. 31-yard pass to Rashad. So, yeah, it's 1st and 10 on the 12. We're not even we are just now halfway through the first. And it's about to be 14-0 here. I'm guessing a run, but who knows? Yeah, it's going to be a counter. Tackled by White for only a 1-yard gain. Stan White, our best linebacker. We moved him to the middle linebacker spot, and we're starting Eddie Cole today, just because he had a slight advantage over James Harrell. And then we had Gary Cobb in there, remember? And he had 4 penalties in 2 starts, including 3 encroachments and then a crucial roughing the passer play. Something like that. 2nd and 9. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. Let's do a sideline prevent. They've been throwing a lot of screens. It is going to be a pass to the sideline. Kramer's got good protection, and there's Rashad's first touchdown of the year, even though we guessed correctly. And it is now 14-0. Kickoff is downed in the end zone. Kane's not even going to get a chance today. Oh, he's going to get a lot of chances, but he's not going to ever get a chance to actually run it out. 148 yards to 4 yards. I hope this is not indicative of how the real football game against Minnesota is going to go this year. We're down 2 touchdowns with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Let's see if we just can't start getting something going downfield. Hold on. There's encroachment by Sutherland. Doug Sutherland. Not Donald Sutherland, the actor. We have a Gary Sutherland on my Seattle Pilots team. If you're not following, we are doing the 1969 Seattle Pilots what-if scenario. It's 1st and 5, so I guess we'll run it here. Let's try to give it to Horace King. We did move Horace King. You can't see it down here in the left corner to our fullback as we move King to the kick returner. Let's see if King can get something going here for us. A 2-yard gain. We've got nothing in our favor today, as now it's 2nd and 3. Let's go ahead and try another run. We'll try a halfback toss to the right side. This would be the strong side with all the receivers over there. We have a cover 2 going on. Taken down on the 32-yard line as Sims gets our first down of the ball game. We're moving the ball. Let's see if we can't... I think if we start trying to throw it to Freedy, based on the 2 top cornerbacks covering our 2 best receivers, maybe we have a shot here. If we go to our third... Baldschweiler. Baldschweiler gives a false start. We are falling apart as a team. Anything that we could have been doing positively this season is kind of gone out the window. It's now 1st and 15. Maybe they're thinking that we're going to pass it here. Let's do a toss to Billy around the outside. Now they're dropping back into coverage, so this is a good call for us. Tripped up after a 5-yard gain, so we get those 5 yards back. And it's 2nd and 10. Let's see if we can't get it to Horace King. I don't know if King is a better receiver than Kane was, but we'll try this quick go. Drops back. Danielson decides to run with it for a 5-yard gain. That's going to make it 3rd and 5. Man, we have got nothing going for us. Okay, it's 3rd and 5. We got to go to our boy Freddie Scott. In these positions, these situations, Freddie Scott is always our best option. Let's try this deeper pattern, this corner pattern to Freddie Scott. We're in the shotgun. Doherty stops the bull rush. Caught by Scott. First down, Detroit. An 18-yard gain. And we're moving the ball. I mean, I have to think that the game is going to give us one here, right? As it's 1st and 10. Let's start off with the pass play to Freedy. I wanted this one to work last time. Danielson drops back. Freedy can't get open. He's feeling the pressure. He dropped it off to Hill. Caught by Hill for an 18-yard pass. That is really the best usage of our tight end, is on these check down routes. We've learned over 13 games. I mean, you must remember that when we started this, I had never played this game before. I've only ever played Baseball Mogul, and first time around, I'm learning that we don't have a very good offensive strategy, and we're going to need to draft a lot of good players in the draft. Maybe sign some free agents if we want this team to at least be a 500 team next year. Okay, a 3-yard gain for Sims on that outside toss around the right side there. Okay, 2nd and 7. We're in field goal range in theory. Let's see if we can't dump this off to Sims. Danielson drops back. Sims has room to maneuver, and it's incomplete. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Lions are down 14, but we're on the move. It's 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 at the Vikings 24. At the very least, we need to get some points out of this. I don't like any of these plays. Let's try, everybody knows we're going to go to Freddie Scott here, but that's what we're going to do. Freddie Scott on this corner route. Danielson under center, and there's a Dorney jumps off sides. That is our 3rd penalty on our offensive line. Everybody's got a penalty. Baldschweiler, Dieterich, and Dorney. So only Bollinger and Amos Fowler do not. Bollinger only has 2 penalties all year, so he's solid in that regard. And now it's 3rd and 12, and we are pushing ourselves out of field goal range, or the game is pushing us out, I should say. Let's go to our trick plays and try this Freddie Scott rollout pattern. This could very well be a sack, I have a feeling. But we've got to try it. Now they're got in the dime formation. Pass to Williams over the middle. Great catch. Oh, it's only a 4-yard gain to Williams, who is our 5th receiver. Oh, man. So it's 4th and 8. We have to go for a field goal here. Murray has missed 3 in a row, and 2 crucial ones that really cost us the ball games or any chance. This was right down the middle, 42-yard field goal. We are on the board. So it's 14-3 as we kick off to Eddie Payton. That's Walter Payton's older brother. I think I called him the younger brother last time. Vela makes a great block, and Payton takes it 28 yards to the 31-yard line, tackled by Cobb. I'm surprised Cobb didn't get a penalty on his only play. It's 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. I'm going to guess a run defense here. Let's try to put some thought into this. We'll do a 4-6 drop. Yeah, it's going to be a pass play. This is a good call. Tucker's covered. Kramer tucks and runs with it for 8 yards. So even when we made the right call, they still get a big gain on it. And I think primarily that's because our linebackers are so poor right now, not capable of making big plays in situations like that. Okay, it's 2nd and 2. We'd have to guess a run. We're going to do short yardage cover 2, just in case they try to pass it here. It's going to be a run up the middle. Rushes inside, tripped up at the 40, and a 1st down as Miller, the fullback, gets exactly the correct amount of yards. There's Robert Miller. Only 28 yards rushing this year. They decide to give him the ball in that situation. 1st and 10. We have not stopped them yet today. If I were up like they are, I would consider running. Yeah, we guessed correctly. Brown only gets a 1-yard gain here. He's got 90 total yards already, though. 2nd and 9. We need to stop them and get the ball and score so we don't have to come out passing in the second half. 2nd and 9. Let's do a balanced defense. I'm assuming they're going to try to run. Let's do a cover 2 weak side dog here. Now they're going to blast it up the middle. It's a good call. Cole makes the tackle after a 6-yard gain. There's a tackle by Eddie Cole. I don't believe he's got a card, does he? Oh, he does. I found a photo of him online to represent him. This is his first start all year. So, I mean, we're at the end of the season of a 4-9 year, so there's nothing wrong with giving some fringe players an opportunity to start. Cole will be out of the lineup next week when Luce comes back, unless we suffer an injury. It's 3rd and 3. Balanced defense, probably a good call. I mean, I'm kind of going with what the computer is suggesting here. It is going to be a short pass to Tucker, and of course he makes the catch for a 9-yard gain. 1st and 10 on the Lions' 43. There is nothing we can do to stop them. This is not even that good of a team, but our defense is that bad. We're going to do a balanced cover 3. It's going to be a run up the middle. Hit by Mendenhall. Brown rushes for a 1-yard loss. So there's a tackle for a loss for Mendenhall, which is not a stat they keep in this game. As Mendenhall, after a long career, has a career high in tackles with 60. 2nd and 11 on the Lions' 44. Pass defense. We're going to blitz, and they're going to run it. This is going to be a 70-yard gain. It's a 5-yard rush for Brown. He's at 100 yards now. 3rd and 6. Let's do the old nickel blitz here, and a run up the middle. Whatever we choose is the opposite of what's happening. As Brown is stopped, are they going to have to punt it here? They will punt it. Kane calls a fair catch after a 28-yard punt by Coleman. I guess that does down it at our 11 to stop them, or the game at least allowed us to stop them. All right, we got a long way to go here. I'm assuming the game is going to give us another one here. So let's start with a run, and maybe that will tell us what the game is going to allow us to happen. Sims gets the ball, takes it on the left side, hit hard. Bryant loses his grip, and Sims gets a 6-yard gain. That gives Sims 20 yards, and it's 2nd and 4. Let's give it to Dexter Bussey here on this fullback power. Get Bussey involved. He's got 1 reception already. Forced out at the 18-yard line, only a 1-yard gain. It's 3rd and 3. Okay, let's try to get Freddie Scott the ball here on this out play. We only need 3 yards. It's a 4-6 drop. That's a good call by them. Danielson avoids Sanders, a great catch at the 24-yard line, and a 16-yard gain by Freddie Scott for a first down, our 4th first down of the game. We haven't even reached 100 yards yet on offense. Danielson is 5 for 7, though. So that's a nice start. Okay, let's get back to the run game. I know the run game has not worked for us yet, but we have to try to establish something here. As Baldschweiler gets his 2nd penalty, it's 1st and 15. I have no idea. We're not going to win this game. Let's try to go back to Freedy. We have that better play for Freedy, don't we? Is that the spread? Yeah, here we go. Let's try this out pass to Freedy. Here we go. They have a balanced defense. Danielson feeling the pressure, and he's sacked by Holloway for a 9-yard loss. Holloway is their best. They shared the sack with Ken Sanders. Holloway leads the team with 6 sacks now. And it's 2nd and 24. Yeah, a penalty, a sack. We've had 4 penalties. They are pushing us into a position to throw an interception here. But I guess we have to take our shot. Let's try Freddie Scott on this comeback. Snap to Danielson. Play action. Bobbled but pulled in. He finds some room and gets 22 yards. He nearly gets it all back in one play. Where would we be without Freddie Scott He should be the league MVP. 3 receptions, 56 yards. And now it's 3rd and 2. It's not exactly 4-down territory, but we need the victory, don't we? I don't know what to do here. I mean, we have not established the run. Let's try this quick go to Horace King. We only need 2 yards here. Danielson hikes it, drops back to pass, strong pass to King. Almost a spectacular catch. Scott Studwell is still down on the ground. I think that's his last play. So the linebacker is going to be out, but that was incomplete. And now we've got some thinkings to do here as they bring in Dennis Johnson to be linebacker. Maybe we should have rushed it there. I mean, if we don't go for it, we're probably going to lose. If we go for it and don't get it, we're definitely going to lose. Right? So we're going to lose either way. I mean, we have to go for it. I think we have to go for it. Right? Damn it. I just don't trust anybody on our team other than Freddie Scott, and I don't trust our quarterback to get it done. We're going to go for it, guys. Here we go. Gosh, we just need... Let's try to throw it to Leonard Thompson on this out pattern. Thompson has not been targeted yet today, so maybe they won't be expecting it. Maybe we've thrown to Freddie Scott so many times that they think it's going to go to Scott. Here we go. This is the ball game already. Here we go. 4th and 2. Snap to Danielson, pass to Thompson. He can't hold on, and that's it. That's as simple as it gets. Oh man, that's the ball game right there. We had to go for it. Tommy Kramer's 5 for 6 with 2 touchdowns. So I'm sorry to John who picked Detroit. I feel like I let him down there, but that's probably the ball game, John. I apologize. All right, I'm assuming they're going to run it here. Yeah, well, just pass over the middle to Tucker, and he catches it. 1st down, Minnesota, 13-yard pass, just like that. First reception for Bob Tucker, who's 6 for 7. Kramer's 6 for 7. He hasn't even passed for 100 yards yet today. I don't know. Now they're guessing pass, but why would they pass it? Tampa 2. Yeah, it's a slip screen. This is a good play for us. Incomplete to Ted Brown. It is only 14-3. If we can hold them to a field goal, we're down by, 2 scores, which is a ton. Now we will go to pass. We're going to blitz. Corner blitz him. It's a blast up the middle. 4-yard gain for Brown. 3rd and 6. Will the game let us stop them? We called a sideline prevent last time in this situation, which was the right call, as it was a sideline pass, but it didn't work for us. Let's call the dime short zone. It's got to be a pass. No, it's going to be a run. First down. First and 10, Kramer back in the shotgun. Wrapped up by Detroit. Brown only gets 2 yards. 2nd and 8, coming up to the 2-minute warning here. 2nd and 8 on the 17. Nickel bracket 2, and it's a run, of course. They should be passing it, but they run it. When they run it, I guess pass. First down, 8-yard gain. They get exactly the amount of yards they need. 1st and goal. It's a run, a guess run. It's only a 1-yard gain by Young. Who is Young? Is that the kick returner guy? Here's a pass play, as I guess run. Touchdown. Shit. 21-3. The route is on. Hey, there's a kick return for Kane. He goes 21 yards. We have to pass it here. Try to get something. Try to get downfield. We're going to throw the Hail Mary, which is never actually a Hail Mary. Drop by Scott. Spread receivers. Danielson to Scott makes the catch. First down Lions. He gets out of bounds. Can we at least get into field goal range? Try this end around, which is actually a pass play. Dump out wide. Scott pulls it in. Room for a big play? 30. Yeah, of course there's room for a big play because the quarter's almost over. So we are into field goal range. Let's just keep throwing it to Scott. Feeling the pressure. Danielson's going to run with it, which is stupid. Out of bounds after 5-yard gain. 35 seconds. Let's try to get to Leonard Thompson on 2nd and 5. Well covered. Caught for a first down to Scott. Only a 5-yard pass. First and 10. We got to go to the end zone on this one. Where is that play? Here we go. Freddie Scott in the corner of the end zone. Let's go. Pass. It's caught by Scott for a touchdown. I mean, that's how easy it is for the game to give you the touchdown when you're down by whatever, the point spread is the game thinks, needs to allow you to score. So, it's stupid. We'll take it because now we're just playing for stats. Squib kick. Fielded by Peyton, runs it inside, and that's the end of the first half as Harold makes the tackle. Now, we do get the ball at halftime here, so that is interesting. Let's take a look at the, as Kane takes it down the sideline, tackled by Nord. So Kane is just as dumb as Arnold is, giving us a long way to go here. Let's take a look at our offense so far. We have 178 total yards. All of it came right there on that last drive. Only 33 yards rushing. Those 4 penalties. We have 7 first downs. Danielson looking pretty good. 10-4, 154. And he's 50% now. I mean, it's 18 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, right? So he's due to give an interception here in the second half. It's good to see him completing so many passes, but that's a mirage. Billy Sims just can't get it going. But we have to feed him the ball. Dexter Bussey's got a catch and a rush. Freddie Scott, he's a one-man wrecking machine. 7 receptions, 129 yards, and a touchdown. And then our 5th best receiver has a reception. That's it. So, Ricky Young, that's who it was. What's he look like? Oh, there he is there. He does have 85 rushes for 357 yards, so he must have been, he got those 2 starts when Ted Brown was injured. All right, guys. Well, here we go, coming out of the halftime with the ball on our own 15-yard line. We have to get somebody else involved. Let's try Leonard Thompson. Strong rush by Sanders. Somebody gets a hand on it, intercepted for a touchdown. There you go. That's all you needed to know. He was due to give up the interception. And it's now 28-10. So, unbelievable. All right. Well, now we have to come out passing the ball. Let's try to get some other people involved. I mean, I know that sentiment didn't work for us previously as Danielson dumps the ball off to King. for 6 yards. Let's try to get to David Hill here. Hill's well covered. Danielson to Scott, incomplete. 3rd and 4. Whereas I'd like to try to get it to Freedy. Let's try to David Hill here. Maybe we can check down if Hill's not available. Good protection. Pass to Hill, bobbled but pulled in. And a first down as Hill gets a 14-yard pass. He does have 2 receptions for 32 yards today. Toss it out to Sims. Runs outside, gets 6 yards. All right, let's do the technically a fullback sweep, although I think I changed this. Oh, it's a halfback sweep. I'm sorry. Sims gets 2 yards. 3rd and 2. We've learned our lesson. We're going to run it here up the middle. It's 4-down territory. Let's give it to our best running back up the middle. They are stunting, so no gain. We've got to go for it here. Fourth and 2. Now, last time we had this situation, we tried to pass it, and it was no good. I feel like we should run it here, but I have no feel for this game. So we're going to try to just run up the middle. They stunned it again. Tackled at midfield, and Sims just gets enough for the first down. Whew. That was just luck. All right, we get the Bussy around the corner here. Runs it outside, tackled by Blair. Bussy gets 4 yards. Let's try to pass it to Sims out in the flat. We've already tried this once. It didn't work. Danielson feels the pressure. Incomplete. Oh, good. I'm actually glad Baldschweiler is done. Who's that going to bring in? Oh, Homer Elias. Now, he is actually pretty solid. They moved Dorney to left tackle as Homer Elias comes in and plays right tackle. 3rd and 6, that doesn't change the fact that we are, once again, in 4-down territory. Let's try to get it to Freedy, and then we'll go to Scott on 4th down. Trying to get other people involved. It's not working. Freedy gets open. Danielson throws. Freedy has it. There we go. Moves to chains. There's a 10-yard gain to Freedy. 1st and 10. Try to run it with Billy. Billy's only got 30 yards today. A 3-yard gain for Sims. He's averaging 3.3 yards per carry. Halfback toss along the right side here. Danielson under center. Pitches to Sims. A 6-yard gain. That's going to make it 3rd and 1. Now we know that they do the stunt every time we try to run it up the middle. So let's try to do this trap. That might take too long to develop. Let's do a 3-back. We need a lead block. Like this halfback toss right here, you think would work because it pulls the guard. So we're going to try this halfback toss, but I have no idea. 4-down territory. Brought down by Blair, but it does move the chains as Sims gets 4 yards. It's 1st and 10 on the 23. The game is giving us just enough now to make it interesting. I have no faith in Leonard Thompson. Let's try to get this one to Hill. Can't get open. Pass downfield, batted down, and it's intercepted by Bryant. I feel like the game, after an interception, because we were way down here, and now the ball's here. And I feel like on an interception, the game must like just randomly pick a yard line, and that's where the ball is. So, Danielson, because he didn't throw an interception last game, was clearly going to throw multiple interceptions today. Maybe we should have just stuck with the run, but there's nothing for us to do now. It's just a matter of, are we going to go over or not? Are we already over? No, we're at 38 points. So one more score will be over. Let's take a look at this. So one more score will give Sean not only the victory, as he'll go and have the overall win total, but he also will tie with Don for the tiebreaker with 2 weeks to go. And that is what's looking likely right now. But who knows? It's 3rd and 3. 8-man front. Oh, they're going to pass it, of course. Tucker makes the catch. 7-yard pass. 9 tackles for Stan White already today. 4-3 contain. Runs it outside. Oldham stops him for a 6-yard gain. Oldham's got 5 tackles. 3rd and 4. This is where they would pass it. This is what they have been passing on. Now they're going to run it. They're in shotgun formation, though. And an 11-yard gain for Young, who's the backup running back. There is nothing we can do. This is a brutal beatdown. Baker gets penetrated. No, he gets penetration. And he's sacked by Baker for a 9-yard loss. Good job by Baker. Al Bubba Baker. That is his 6th sack on the season. His 61st birthday was just earlier this week. So happy birthday to Al Bubba Baker. 2nd and 19. Now we have to blitz the shit out of them. They're going to run it. Brown stiffs arms Mendenhall for a 9-yard gain. Still going to leave him 3rd and long. We have to guess dime short zone here, but they might run it. Now they're going to pass it. We called it right. William Gay's after him, and he sacks him for a 7-yard loss. There we go. This is nice. As he kicks a field goal, but short. He misses a 53-yard field goal. Now, you don't see that happen very often. Robert Miller is injured. He is the fullback, for some reason, out there on a field goal unit. So it is now 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. We are down by 18. We need 3 scores. We have to pass it, and we know that this is not going to do it for us today. But I wish I had something here that I felt good about, but I do not. As they blitz, we're trying to dump it off. Instead, Danielson tries to run with it. He gets a 12-yard gain. Danielson is not a scrambling quarterback, but he does have 145 yards rushing this year. It is now 1st and 10. Let's try the cut back to Leonard Thompson. We've only targeted him 1 time today, and it was intercepted. Pass to Thompson. He catches it out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to give us another touchdown here. So we need to find a way to take advantage of that and be efficient. Let's try to run it with Billy around the right side. Sutherland pounds Sims. Bollinger's out after Sims gets 8 yards. I'm glad to see Bollinger go. That means we have Rod Walters in there, who's a 68. We started him 1 game, and he had 3 penalties in that game. Remember that? Oh, my God. So we are in trouble. 3rd and 2 as the third quarter is about to come to a close. I mean, how are we going to run it with 2 of our offensive linemen out? We have to run it around the right side because Elias seems to be getting it done. So we're going to try that against the blitz. And a first down as Sims gets 5. Oh, now at the end of the third quarter, we're going to get one more off here. Again, the game is dictating our successes right now. So, I don't know. Let's, nothing here I like. There's nothing here that I feel good about. Let's try to get to David Hill. I like to dump to Hill. I can't hold on. That's the end of the quarter. David Hill. David Hill is not a player to target. He's just a guy that we seem to dump it off to. That seems to work out well. It is now 2nd and 10 as we start the fourth quarter. We're on the Vikings 26-yard line, down 18 points. We need a quick score. Let's try to get it to Scott. And there's an offside by Elias. Our 5th penalty from our offensive line. It's now 2nd and 15. We need to get some yards here. Try to dump it off to Kane again. He's covered. Incomplete pass to Sims. Field goal's not going to do it. Let's try this rollout play. We're in the trick playbook. This is a play that I created, and it's to Scott. Let's see if it works. There are plenty of players to dump it off to, as Wright picks it off, but he can't hold on. It's 4th and 15. I mean, we may as well try to take the points. That would make it a 2-score game. No, it wouldn't, right? 13, we'd be down by 15, so it's still a 3-score game. We really have to go for it here. God, this sucks so bad. All right, so we all know what's happening here. We have got to go on this corner out to Freddie Scott. It's the only play in our playbook that is guaranteed to be over 15 yards, I think. It should be. If they check down, I'm going to be pissed. Incomplete, and that's it. So, we tried. Fourth quarter, we're down 18. It's 1st and 10 on the Vikings 31. I'm surprised they aren't bringing in some backups here. Trevor Bigler will take over for the fullback that was previously injured. This is his 2nd appearance of the year. Okay, they've got to be running the ball, right? They got to run this guy. Yeah, run up the middle. Baker delivers a massive hit, but he still gets 10 yards. First and 10. Short zone 2 gap as he tried to run it. I'm guessing running plays. 1-yard gain for Brown. Brown's got 153 total yards. Tommy Kramer's 8 for 10 for 3 touchdowns. Every wide receiver has a touchdown today. 2nd and 9. I'm going to guess pass defense. We'll do a nickel blitz. It's going to be a run. Brown coughs it up. And Detroit gets the ball. Brown fumble, recovered by Bradley. Does it say who forced the fumble? It does not. Will it say it over here? I guess we won't know. Danielson, only at 50% completion percentage. And that's what, we've learned that that's what his range is for percentage. So, I don't know. Here we go. Pass to Thompson. He can't hold on, of course. Freddie Scott on the deep post. Knocked down by Hannon. 3rd and 10. Wait, how do we have it at the 1-yard line? They were way down here, and the ball was fumbled, and we have it on our 1 yard line. Remember, that's what happened on the interception a long time ago. This game is screwed up big time. I hope that the new version of this game is not as messed up as this. I mean, we're just going to hit the Hail Mary. He catches it. First down, 26-yard pass. Because, of course. Scott, is he over 2,000 yards? Oh, no, not even close. But he does have 100 yards receiving now, supposedly. All right, 1st and 10. At least they give us a chance here after screwing us over big time. We have to go into these weird formations. I don't know idea who it's going to go to. Scott's double covered. That's smart. Incomplete to Thompson. Let's try to get it to Freedy. Looking downfield. Freedy drops it. 3rd and 10. He's under 50% now, somehow. I mean, spread receivers. Scott on the comeback. Over the middle. Caught by Scott. Out of bounds. 9 yards. He can't get the 1 extra yard we need. 4th and 1. We have to go for it. We know going up the middle doesn't work, but we have to try it. They're going to pull that stunt play. 5-2 cover 1. Okay, we have a chance. Up the middle. And we do get the first down as Sims just gets enough. Whew. All right. Let's give it to Bussy. Try to get other people involved. Runs it outside for 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Try getting it to Thompson. Great catch by Thompson, brought down by Wright. 12-yard catch by Leonard Thompson. Not to be confused with Jesse Thompson. All right. Let's try this quick go. Plays blown dead. Encroachment by Doug Sutherland. I believe that's the 2nd penalty against Sutherland today. 1st and 5, giving us some short yardage here. Let's try to go deep with it. Scott's double covered. Danielson Thompson tipped and a flag. Pass interference by Hannon. Tom Hannon. That'll give us a first down on the 19. So they are trying to give us something out of this. We are in field goal range. Let's try the halfback trap. Goes out of bounds for no gain. Try to pass it to Sims. Well covered somehow. Danielson rushes for a yard. 3rd and 9. Now we have to throw it. Who would we throw it to? Take a guess. Freddie Scott on the flag play. Fowler stops the charge by Sanders. Scott pulls it in, an 8-yard gain. But again, it's 4th and 1. I mean, we have to go for it. We have to get a touchdown and then go for a onside kick. Okay. I mean, we could run it either side, really, should give us... If we run it to the right, that is our best option. So we're going to toss it to the right side. Here we go. 4th down and 1. Pitches to Sims. Runs right. Hit by Seaman. Stopped on the 9-yard line. Sims gets just enough to keep it going. It is now 1st and goal on the 9-yard line. Let's do a draw to Horace King. Gives it to King. Takes it to the right side. Solid hit by McNeil. Can bring it down. King gets an 8-yard gain down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. We're going to give it to King up the middle. It's a stunt play. Takes it inside, and it's touchdown by Horace King. And that, my friends, is the over. Now, we're down 11. We have to do an onside kick here. So, now Minnesota is also giving us 5.5 points. So if we can score another touchdown, that will give us the point spread, which doesn't really change anything, does it? Well, wait a minute. No, it could, right? Minnesota, that would be a loss. If we score another touchdown, that would prevent Don and Sean from winning, and we're already over, and John could be the winner. Wow, that is a turn of events. And, of course, that's what we have to try to do because we're trying to win the ball game here. So 11, if we take a field goal, that would be 20. That would still not be enough for the point spread. So, okay, here we go. Onside kick. It feels like every time there's an onside kick, it works, but we'll find out. Here we go. Onside kick. Kickoff. Onside kick recovered by the Vikings on their 45 or our 45? Their 45. All right, well, we had to try. Now they have to be running it, right? Two gap. No, it's a pass over the middle to their tight end. A quick dump as Kramer gets an 8-yard pass to Tucker. Tommy Kramer, 9 for 11, 3 touchdowns. That's kind of hard to beat that. Tried the stunt play. This is our proper call. Hit hard, but they still get the first down. 6 minutes to go in the game. 4-3 contain. Good call. Try to dump it to... Oh, it's a penalty. Illegal contact on Oldham. For automatic first down. 1st and 10 now. That's our 6th penalty, folks. That tells me we were never going to win this game. Minnesota's the better team. So, like, we're going to lose and we're going to deserve to lose, but... here's a screen pass by Rashad, and it's a touchdown. So that is the official ball game there. As Rashad gets 2 touchdowns today, and Kramer's got 4 touchdown passes. It's 35-17. We've had 2 turnovers. They've had 1. They had the fumble. We've thrown 2 interceptions. I kind of feel like, you know what? Horace King kind of deserves to keep getting the ball here. He's the only player who's really done well today as he gets a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. I mean, I don't feel like passing the ball at all. Like, there's nothing we can do that's going to help us as Sims gets an 8-yard rush. He has 67 yards today somehow rushing. 3rd and 1. We need to get that yard. Oh, they're not going to stunt on this play as King just gets the first down. 3 minutes to go. Halfback toss on the right side. Sanders brings him down. Former Detroit Lion, Ken Sanders. 2nd and 9 as we're coming up to the 2-minute warning. Try to get the ball to David Hill. There's a 2-minute warning. Hill has trouble getting open. That's something we hear 100 times. Sutherland's not getting up. I'm glad to see him go. All right, well, it's 3rd and 9. We are going to, as you might expect, try to pass it to Scott. Scott's got 10 receptions today. Pass to Scott, out of bounds, and a first down. Good job by Scott. Almost has 200 yards passing, receiving today. All right, well, let's try to pass it again. As Danielson's just over 50% completion percentage. Let's check it down to Hill. Hill can't get open. Great catch by Sims. He's got some space. 13-yard catch by Billy. 1st and 10 now on the 37. Let's get it to Freedy. Good coverage on Freedy. Thompson makes the catch. 15-yard catch. Which Thompson is it? It is Leonard Thompson. 1st and 10 on the 22. If we score a touchdown here, which we're going to try to do, we onside kick it. Who knows? Things could get interesting. Freddie Scott. Why not feed Scott? Pass out wide, and he picks it off, and it's dropped. It's knocked down, I guess. All right. Well, let's try to get it maybe to Hill here on this streak. Checks his receivers. It's incomplete. 3rd and 10. We're trying to get it into the end zone here. We're trying to throw it right to the end zone. Scott's in the clear. Bobbled and pulled in a touchdown by Scott. Oh, a 22-yard touchdown pass. That doesn't happen very often. Okay. Wow, interesting. Murray makes the extra point. We're down by 11. If we onside kick it and somehow score a touchdown, it's going to flip it to John. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Yeah, I mean, we have to onside kick it. That's what we do. The Vikings get it, so that's the ball game. Are they going to get it on the 1-yard line? Oh man. Well, we tried. 23 seconds. They're going to run it. Let's try to. I don't know. Let's do the stunt. Yeah, they're going to counter. Let's knock it out of his hands. He already fumbled once today. 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Goal line stack. That's a good call. Goes inside. Hit by Cole. No gain. 3rd and 7. Are they going to... Do you think they would pass it? Do they not know? Let's blitz the shit out of them here. Let's see what happens. That's going to run it. That's going to be the ball game there. 2-yard gain. Wait, that's not the ball game? Oh, they are, it's 4th and 5, and they are going to hike it, which is, yeah, I mean, it's the right thing to do. So we're going to blitz. We're going the game is at hand, and we're throwing everything at them here. It's going to be a run. Brown gets the handoff, heads upfield, hit by White. That's the game. As it's a 1-yard. Oh, man. I really did try to win the game, I have to say. I don't think I deserve any extra credit for trying to win. But that's a brutal, brutal loss. We were out of that. Oh, Balchweiler is out for the season with a fractured hip. Good luck rehabbing in the offseason, Balchweiler. I don't feel bad about that at all. I hate his guts. Let's take a look at our stats for the game. Here we go. I mean, we had 428 total yards. I mean, that's ridiculous. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Danielson. Billy Sims had 81 total yards, thanks to that 13-yard reception there. Horace King, kind of the player of the game in a weird way for us. It's Rashad overall. He did get his first 2 touchdowns of the year. Freddie Scott, 213 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. Let's take a look at the calendar. We do have the Steelers next week. This is going to be a brutal beatdown. They're giving us 7.5 with the over-under at 41. We're going to do the Monday morning quarterback tomorrow, where we'll take a look at the Lions injuries after I feed a new offensive lineman in there. We'll see if that changes the point spread. We'll do a Monday morning quarterback, but we'll take a look at the Steelers, see if they have any injuries. But this team is dominant. We'll take a look at the playoffs right now, actually. Yeah, Steelers have the number 1 seed. They're 9-5 on the season. And so, yeah, I mean, I would expect them to absolutely clobber us next year. Eagles are 13-1. It looks like the Packers are out of the playoff race as the Bears have leapfrogged them into the race, into the wild card match. And the Colts and the Bills are the wild card game now. Let's take a look at the standings then, just for the hell of it. As we are 4-10, and if we lose next week, we might move up in the draft. Right now we have the number 2 pick. We might have the number 1 overall pick with our loss next week, and maybe the 49ers getting a win. Who do the 49ers play next week? Let's look at the standings. We have to kind of think that way. The 49ers play the Falcons, who we play week 16. The Falcons are 7-7. So that should be a win for the Falcons. But you never know how this game is going to turn things out. I guess we'll take a look here. So that does give Sean and Don both wins today. So they both have 8 wins. And with Sean guessing the over correctly, he is now tied in the tiebreaker with Don. So they both are equal now. If for some reason this goes to week 16 and we have 2 winners, I will find a prize for both that will be of equal value to the jersey. If I can't find another exact jersey of Billy Sims' autograph, we will find, and we'll try to see if we can't come to an amicable decision there for everyone. But we'll make sure that it's fair and everyone will enjoy it. Okay? I just want that out there. So, I don't want Don or Sean to feel like they don't get something deserving. Okay? So, having said that, we're going to wrap today's game up. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. And come back tomorrow for our week 14 results show and our Monday morning quarterback, where we look forward to next week's brutal beatdown versus the Steelers. Until then, everyone, have a great day.